Hello trainers and welcome to another video, this time featuring a team built around armored Mewtwo. Well, we're having quite the time here. We're gonna have a double dark at the back featuring its backline, but before we hop into those battles, be sure to like in the end before you go this video and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, because we just reached 670 subscribers, really huge for this channel, new high record. So let's dive now into those battles. We are facing in the first one a Talonflame, which is kinda weird for us, but we can absolutely take it out. Most Talonflames go for a Brave Bird and then swap out. This is what they are trying to do as well. And here comes the Umbreon trying to catch a Psystrike, but I was already over farming just in case. And here comes Last Resort. Well, my Obstagoon doesn't understand anything, so we're gonna go ahead and go for those cross chops, keeping that alive, that energy alive on our armored Mewtwo. So let's see how well that goes. All we want is to feint down this thing and get out of here with a bunch of energy so that we can take at least one shield from the Talonflame. And because that's open ultra, most probably they're gonna have a psychic or a steel type on the back or a Giratina. And here it is, here is the psychic type, the Cresselia with the Moonblast. And good news everyone, we're having Umbreon as well, the Excel one, 15, 15, 14, those stats, and let's go with the foul plays. They're gonna block the second one, which was kinda weird, but understandable. And here comes the Grass Knot. After they blocked, they might thought that we were gonna block as well to go on an even shield scenario, but that was not the case at all. So I decided to block here, which is a very good choice, the Moonblast. And right now we have the upper hand going up against this Cresselia, going for the foul play. Down they go, we are even on shields, and look at that, we can absolutely take them out with our Umbreon if they try to go for a weird overfarm. And right here they will try to go for a move, the Flame Charge, we can take it. And I will try to go for another move, but at the last second, because I saw that I was lagging, I went for the switch out to my armored Mewtwo, and I was like here, okay, you know what, we can let it go. They have nothing most probably at the back, and yeah, it is the Umbreon that we saw before, so nothing to worry us. And let's go with the cross-up, taking the win in the first match of this video. Next one everyone, we're facing a Lucario, a Shiny Flex. Well, I was not going to show this battle, but look at that, straight Shadow Ball from a Shiny Flex Lucario. Always glad to beat down those trainers. Yeah, it's not something personal, I just don't like when someone has such a cool shiny and I don't. Yeah, I know that's kinda childish, but who cares? Let's go with the foul plays against the Cresselia, because they switched in the Cresselia into an Umbreon, and I was like, what? What is happening? Okay, actually they don't switch it in. Okay, my bad. Let's go ahead and go for another foul play, and they make the perfect catch. Okay, I misunderstood them. To their Umbreon to absorb the move, which is super good for me because right now I have another dark type at the back lurking in the dark with that amazing cross chop counter combo, and we can absolutely get out of here with a ton of HP and with a ton of energy as well. So let's go now with the final cross chop. After we go so close to 100 energy, the cross chop will be enough to take out the Umbreon, and this Lucario will be no match for us actually, because we have a cross chop ready to go. So down they go, and yeah, their final Pokemon, the Cress, no worries at all, no worries. We might have our armored Mewtwo with Confusion, which adds up really slower than the Psycho Cat charge up, but it's all good because we can even take a Moonblast at this point. Let's go with the final move here, and we're gonna take the win against the Cress. So GG, well played to my opponent. Next match everyone, and we're facing an Articuno. Let's go now with the Psystrike, but I know that they're gonna beat me to the charge move, so I will go for the potential overfarm. In this situation it did not happen, but sometimes it happens, and that's good. So let's go now with the shield here, because they blocked also, so we are super debuff at this point. So I'm like, even if I go for the Psystrike, they will not block and they can survive it. We are not that high attack wise, so I will try to go for the switch here to my Umbreon, the safe swap. Let's see if we can fish out something good like a Charmer or a Fighter, but they decided to bring their Regirock, and I was like, you know what, that's a shiny, and I hate you for that. So I will take the moves, and that's a Stone Edge spam. Okay, let's go with that foul play. I'm pretty happy for me because I can go for those foul plays before they go for a Stone Edge or something. So let's see. Okay, at this point they have to fire off because otherwise we're gonna get to another foul play, and I was like, you know what, I can safely farm it down right now, right? Safely. 3 counters and they got another Stone Edge. So perhaps they overfarmed before, and now we are gonna just block the Ice Shard, which is kinda sad for us, but let's see if we have any chance right now. We got debuffed, and I was like, you know what, I will go in now with my Confusion user to farm just 1 Confusion more, and yeah, it was totally worth it because look at that, they have a Swampert, they lost track of my energy, so we can absolutely finish them off, and that makes them fire off a Hydro Cannon, and that's good because we can also absorb another Hydro Cannon, finish it off with a Night Slash, and the last Pokemon, which is the Regirock, has no energy left, so it will fall down so easy, and we're gonna take another win for this video. Okay, next match, another Articuno. This is a non-Shadow form Articuno, so we're just gonna go straight to Psystrikes, and let's see what happens. I will go for the Psystrike right now. The difference between Shadow Articuno and the normal one is that the normal one can absolutely take the hits, while the Shadow one is absolutely struggling even with the debuff. So this is one of the few situations that I prefer the non-Shadow over the Shadow. So here, another tricky scenario, but we can absolutely win because that is the plan with this team. You have to bait out what your Obstagoon is afraid. So we will go for the last second, for the last minute foul play. Of course that is not gonna be enough, so we're just gonna take the loss here against a Togekiss, which is okay, no problem at all. We can bring our Mewtwo into the fight, go ahead and absolutely go wonderful because we can absorb the move, and after that we can feign down that Togekiss, and the Togekiss out of the way, we can get in there with Obstagoon, go for a Night Slash. They're gonna block, so that makes me wonder, what do you have at the back? Let's see, here comes the Giratina. Wow, this is gonna be super weird for us, so they're just gonna take it. And in this scenario, I'm like, okay, we can take one Shadow Sneak. What was that? And after that, we're gonna go for our Psystrike. They're just gonna finish us off, and at this point I'm like, okay, bring it on, let's see how far we can get. Here comes the Dragon Claw, this is the correct move this time, and we're gonna go right straight ahead for the Night Slash. They're gonna block, we're gonna get the boost, and right here we're gonna go for another Night Slash, and we're gonna take the victory here against this trainer who made a huge mistake going for that Shadow Sneak, but I believe that we could still pull it off. I don't know. That was the lack of the buff, not the lack of anything else. So let's go now. We're facing Cresselia. This scenario I'm trying to play against the Cresselia by taking the first move, keeping my energy, and then bail out to Umbreon. Let's see how they react to that, and they will go for a Moonblast and then try to go for the switch. Keep in mind that we do not have the same switch timers right now because they were super late on the switch, so we're gonna go ahead and let that go through. We have nothing to worry about at this point, so let's go with a foul play. They still have to go for a move if they want to succeed, but because they are switch locked in there, I decide to go with my Mewtwo, take out their second shield, and at this point I'm like, okay, no problem at all, we can absolutely reach to another one, but they make a very good switch to that Cresselia to absorb the Psystrike, protecting that Talonflame, but now it is super debuffed, actually returned to normal, and the Moonblast is just gonna knock us out. So I'm like, let's go for another Psystrike, but they went for a charge move, and that caught me off guard because that's a Grass Knot and I was not expecting that. And right here the switch timer is up, so I can go for the Umbreon, finishing off the Cresselia, and right now at the back they have a Lapras. They were already at the 4 Ice Shards, so here comes the Self, down we go, and we have the Obstagoon, which is ideal for this situation since we can go right straight ahead for the cross chops, deal super effective damage, and absolutely tank the heck out of that Lapras. Look at that. They did a very good switch to that Talonflame, and look at this situation right here, the frame drop. That was the key for them to win, and it happened. Yeah, I was trying to go for the excellent. At the last second, we had a frame drop on the last dark mini game, so I went for the great, not the excellent, and we lost the match miserably there. So let's proceed to the next one. Let's forget about that. That could have been, I guess, a win, but anyways. So they have a Reggie right here, and I have an Umbreon. Things are not looking well, but we took a shield. That was kinda OP for me, because I will go now for the Umbreon. And let's see, they're trying to go for a move. It is a flash cannon, nice bait, I guess. Now let's go for the foul play. Focus Blast will put me on the red, will not knock out Steel, because Umbreon is such a beast on the open Ultra meta, and generally in Ultra. So let's go foul play again. We can absolutely spam the thing out of that thing. They can still farm us down if we go for another foul play, which we do. And they can still farm us down, yeah. This is gonna be a tough one because we have to block with whatever we come into the fight. I decided to bring my Obstagoon into play because without Umbreon, if their best answer was Reggie, we can absolutely do some good here. They have that Politoed, and with energy ahead I think we got it, but I decided to go for the Psystrike because it is loaded before they go for a Weather Ball, and right now they go for the Weather Ball, and that's okay. Because now we can take the moves from that Cresselia, and we can go for double Psystrike no matter what. The Psycho Cuts deal about 1 damage, so they cannot farm us down with that ease. Let's go with another Psystrike, keeping that shield alive, which is a really huge matter for us. So the Obstagoon will have to block this first move because it was probably a Moonblast, right? So we're gonna go right here for the Night Slash. They're gonna block, and now we're just one Night Slash away from winning because a Moonblast can be absolutely taken, and they have the Politoed, which comes into the fight, taking the final move, and we have 2 Pokemon over there, 1 Cresselia, and we're gonna take the Time's Up win. So everything is good right nowadays. Let's face our next opponent with a Talonflame up front. Most Talonflames go for 3 Incinerates, Fire Off, Brave Bird, Bail Out, but this one goes for a Flame Charge. Okay, still not good. But we can do something good out of it if we play it right. We will try to go for the fishing Umbreon in there, and they went out with their own Cresselia. I was like, what? What's happening? Okay, that was not what I was trying to fish, but I'm okay with that. So we will try and go for the foul plays because we can withstand those Moonblast, no problem at all, no biggie. Let's go for another foul play. We're super close to another one if they try to shield, just in case they wanted to overprotect that Cresselia with double shield. So let's go with another foul play here to that Obstagoon. I thought it was gonna be a Talonflame, that's why that happened. That was pretty bad. And now they have about a crossover ready to go, so I have to go in with my Obstagoon, and let's see how this will get, because we are on the same amount of energy right now. We have to double block here. We're gonna go for that cross chop, and let's see how they react to that. They decide to take it, okay, and they want to rely on their Talonflame. Here comes a Flame Charge, not a Brave Bird or anything, which is kinda logical because we still have alive our Mewtwo, and we're gonna go for those Night Slashes on the last second. Look at that, trainers, 1 HP left, and the confusion is enough to take it out. So we're gonna take another win here with the clutch Mewtwo, the armored form of that, and we're gonna face a Giratina up in the next one. A really bad lead because it also has Shadow Claw, but we make a very good on point switch on our Umbreon, absorbing that Shadow Sneak, and we can absolutely go ahead and go straight to last resort on that Poliwrath. Perhaps we get a shield at some point, let's see. Let's go with another last resort to the Poliwrath. They still have to go for the dynamic punches if they want not to shield at some point. So here comes dynamic, and I'm okay with that because I have my armored Mewtwo here. We're gonna get hit by a nice punch and another one at some point, yeah, right here, which is finally the end for the Poliwrath. Down it goes, and we have double Psystrike ready to go. We're gonna fire off one immediately. They have that Giratina. They decide to block, okay, and they have a Reggie at the back, so Obstagoon was the class Pokemon. the clutch Pokemon that we needed, because with Poliwrath out of the way, it can absolutely beat down with shields up both the Giratina and the Regi. I believe they know that, but they have nothing to do right now other than throw a move here, bait us, but we can still win here because look at how much damage this Crossop does, putting the Regi at the red, and we're gonna fend it down. So we're gonna take another win here, and we're gonna face into the next one, the semi-final match on the Shadow Swampert. Okay, battlers, let's see now. Here comes the Hydro Cannon, and we're gonna go straight for that Psystrike. Generally, I would be happy with that because we can win it so easy. But I want to bait out something that my Obstagoon is afraid of, and we can do that only by switching out to the Umbreon. So we do exactly that. They will bring out their Shadow Charmer, the Shadow Granbull. Wow! Right now we're just gonna feint, but we took out two of their seals, one on the Swampert and one on that Granbull. And right now I'm sitting on a very good spot, I guess, because we're gonna go for that Psystrike, but they beat us with the CMP. It's okay with me because with the Charmer out of the way, perhaps now we have a chance in winning this entire match. I want to block the first one just in case that's an Earthquake, but they have a Regi at the back. If they had something like a Psychic or a Giratina or something else, perhaps we could have won, but look at that. Yeah, Regi, absolutely wonderful. In the Open Ultra, you have to take note of that Pokemon because it really can beat down all of our team if we are not careful. So we're gonna take the loss here against the Regi. Really well played to my opponent, and let's head into the final match, trainers. Having the worst lead ever against the Umbreon, having the worst switch-in matchup against the Togekiss. We can't do anything at this point, but let's see if we can throw things around and eventually win. So let's go now with the final move. We cannot, barely, and right now we're gonna go in there with our Armored Mewtwo because I know that I will not, that I won't need it. So I will use it as a shield, charge up to a potential move for the end game, and I will go for the Crossop, but it was not pressed. I want to say that because this time it worked towards my advantage, but most of the times works towards my opponent's advantage. Perhaps that's the way I want to see it, but yeah, you know what I mean. Niantic is not that steady nowadays. Anyways, let's focus now on the match. Obstagoon with the Night Slash is gonna take their first shield, and we're gonna go with the shield as well because they have their attack stat vamped up, and in between their Incinerate, I decided to go for the switch to go for sure to be Psystrike before they go for a weird move. They will try to farm us down, and I have my Dynamic Punch ready to go, coming clutch. Look at how much damage this did, about 50%. And now we can take the moves. All we need now is to go for a double move at some point. We can take another last resort, yeah, barely. And let's see, trainers, we're super close to another Night Slash. After this cross chop, we can take out the Umbreon. We're gonna take the win here with a final Night Slash. Okay, the Umbreon is alive and well, but we're gonna take the win, the final win for this video. And that's it, trainers. I hope you enjoyed my Armored Mewtwo showcase team, I guess, something like this. Hopefully you had fun along the way and you learned something out of it. Be sure to like this video and then before you go, and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, so that we can reach more subscribers on this little community that we have here in this channel. And I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.